Alright, I'm back. We're back doing Album of the Week. We're back on the subject of music. Today we're going to be talking about Jessy Lanza's Oh No from 2016. An album I have been on record representing since 2016. In fact, I've been on record representing Jessy Lanza in general for a minute. She is one of my favorite artists in the world. It's been a minute since I've done one of these Album of the Week, so I've missed a few weeks, and I think overall this album is the one that encompasses the entire time between now and the previous Album of the Week video, let alone the last week. You know, a few weeks ago, if I were to make one of these, it probably would have been Breakin's Hypochondriac, because I was listening to that shit like crazy. I secured Breakin's tickets for January. Can't freaking wait, so I was listening to a bunch of Breakin's, but more recently, I've been gearing up for a driving test, and I just had the driving test. Unfortunately, it was a fail, which is a shame, and I felt like I did really good as well. I felt like I really did a good job as well. I was a bit annoyed, because you know how petty and picky these examiners can be, bro. You gotta be so perfect. You gotta be so perfect, dude. I swear to God, I was safe the whole time. I was punctual, checking bro, I swear, I was doing a great job. But hey, what can I do about it? I'll get them next time. But anyway, I've got my own car now, so I've got some CDs that I cycle between in the car. I got Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. I got Kenny Beats' Louie. I've got Arcade Fire, The Suburbs, Nilüfer Painless. And I've got Jessy Lanza, Oh No. I've just been kind of sort of cycling between those records, those CDs, while I've been driving. And I got to this album, Oh No, Jessy Lanza, because I own the CD, popped it in the CD player in my car, and I just kind of been keeping it there while I've been but just kind of honing my driving skills. I don't think I'm going to take any more lessons. I feel like I am fucking ready. I can do this. Like, it's like if you give me 5 tests back to back, I'm passing at least 2 of them, alright? Like, I have all the skills I need. I just gotta, it was just me driving about, doing little trips, honing the driving skills. And I've been blasting this record, and it's been a really, really reassuring and delightful thing to have in the backdrop. It felt like a really cool little find. Like, it felt like a gem I just sort of stumbled upon. I just could not put it down. I will never forget, when I first listened to it, I was playing a game called Planet Side 2. You guys remember that shit? I don't even know if that game is still getting played today, but it was like this humongous, massive, online shooter game that it was a massive world. It was basically just like this huge turf war that just took place on this huge scale. I was just running around, doing my part, helping out my team, listening to this album on repeat. I remember it kind of motivating me in that moment to play really well. And now we come to today, and it's motivating me to get better at driving, to remember this and that. I find myself just getting locked into this really encouraged mindset when I play this record. And that's just kind of the ongoing thing when I think about the times in my life where I've been really spinning this album. It's always in a context where I'm trying to sort of improve something or do better at something. This album is just the soundtrack to that. It's like a comfort sort of album in that way, but it also is an album that reminds me to kind of try harder, just by association of where I've played it, which is really cool. The power of music, bro. It's fucking cosmic. And that's a word I would describe this record as too. It's a very cosmic, lucid, and soft, pillowy pop record. It's never particularly busy or crazy or doing anything too audaciously wild. It has very, very thin instrumentals that have not got too many layers going on, but every single layer is so important. Never Enough is one of the simplest pop songs I can think of, but it's also one of the absolute best. It's a complete earworm, and I don't think that song gets talked about enough as one of the great pop songs of the 2010s, because it's just such a fucking tune. My favorite parts on this record are those little vocal shrieks that Jessy does, like, baby, you know I give it all. Hi! She just yelps her voice randomly at certain moments that just give this album such a playful charm to it. You constantly get the sensation that Jessy's just making her dream pop music, just having fun with it, playing around with her voice. While I was driving, playing this album though, I did encounter one problem, and this might be due to my car's shitty speakers, but It Means I Love You, amazing song, was the first Jessy Lanza song I ever heard, because it was the lead single to the record. The kick drum is very similar to the sound of an Indicators. I would literally be in my car with my mom or with my instructor playing that song would be playing, and they'll be like, bro, turn your indicator off. I'm like, nah, bro, it's just the kick drum. Yeah, it was like damn near identical to my car's indicator sound. That song is actually the only example, I think, of a track where there's a moment in it where it gets a little bit crazy. You know, the part where it goes like, da 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 da. Things ramp up a bit there, but most of this track list is actually really sultry, smooth, kind of almost bordering on R&B. I Talk, BB, Going Somewhere, Vivica, Begins, and the opening track are these extremely lucid, atmospheric, beautiful, subtle, discreet R&B tunes that have Jessy going into a more sensual kind of vocal style. With these synths that just rub on your ears so cleanly, these tracks are mixed so good, I cannot understate how great Jessy is as a producer. She's the producer for all of these tracks alongside someone else who I can't think of the name of. It's like Jeremy something, I want to say. This is the dream team for not just this album, but the entire first 3 Jessy Lanza albums. The latest one has a few more credits on Jessy. But yeah, Jessy's got a producer credit on every single track here. And her production style, just her approach to these tracks is so singular, it's so unique, and it's so skeletal and simple as well, deceptively simple. Oh No has so many really satisfying rhythmic sort of percussion sort of elements to it, playing against each other. It makes for a really joyous, jubilant track. The closing track, bro, that might be my low-key favorite. Like, high-key, my favorite's probably Never Enough or I Talk Baby, but low-key Could Be You is crazy. Like, the structure of this track is so wild to me. It's basically just like a chorus and a bridge. Like a couple choruses and a bridge. I think there's just like a build-up and a fade-out. It's really it's structured really uniquely. It's not really your average verse-chorus type of deal. But the way it hammers in with that, like, wash of noise, that wave of noise right at the beginning, it just gives me a little chill every time in a really satisfying way. Overall, I think Jessy Lanza is a super creative and unique pop artist. I think she's absolutely incredible, and I recommend this album to absolutely everyone. It's very short. It's only 36 minutes. In fact, all of her records are quite short. She dropped a new album this year as well, Love Hallucination. I think all of her music is worth your time. I don't think there's anyone else doing pop music quite like Jessy. I think she's extremely groovy, extremely fun, very melodic. Her All the Time album in 2020 is stunning as well. Just an incredible artist. She's one of my personal favorites, and I'm always going to look forward to what she does. She had a great live show last year too. I really enjoyed that at Village Underground, and overall, yeah, huge fan. So that's my album of the week. But what was your album of the week? That's what I want to know. What was your album of the week, bro? Let me know. Tell me. Let me know these things. What have you been bumping? I need to know. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. I'm going to get some videos out later in the week for sure. I love you, and I'll report to you hopefully next week with my new favorite album of the moment. Peace.